Have you ever felt drained by consistently negative, manipulative individuals who make your life difficult? The truth is, you cannot change them, but you can learn to prevent them from affecting you. This video details 8 effective strategies for handling toxic people. If you've felt exploited, manipulated, or robbed of your peace by someone, this video is for you. Don't allow anyone to control your emotions and energy. Reclaim your life now. 1. Forgiveness, but not forgetting. Many misunderstand forgiveness, believing it equates to condoning wrongdoing, displaying weakness, or inviting further harm. However, forgiveness does not imply overlooking or accepting negative behavior. It is an act of self-liberation from resentment and pain, not an exoneration of the offender. Forgiving offers significant personal benefits. Negative emotions such as anger, resentment, and bitterness detrimentally impact both mental and physical well-being. Forgiveness liberates you from the past, preventing cyclical suffering. Furthermore, harboring resentment allows others to control your thoughts and feelings. Forgiveness reclaims this control, enabling a focus on positive growth. Finally, resentment is self-destructive. Holding on to anger inflicts suffering primarily upon the individual harboring it, not the perceived offender. However, it is crucial not to forget, a vital lesson. Forgetting easily leads to repeated harm. If you disregard others' mistakes without learning from them, you risk repeating similar errors. Being betrayed once is their fault. Being betrayed twice is yours. Remember this as a valuable lesson. Forgiveness does not necessitate allowing that person back into your life. Use this experience to discern who is truly trustworthy and who is not. Protect yourself by establishing clear boundaries. For instance, if someone has exploited your kindness, instead of harboring resentment, learn to set limits, preventing them from repeating such actions. Illustrative example, a personal narrative. The video recounts the author's experience with a friend, Alex, who betrayed their trust by disclosing personal information. Initially, anger and hurt consumed the author, hindering their ability to move on. However, upon recognizing that resentment was self-destructive, the author chose forgiveness, albeit without reconciliation. Contact with Alex was severed, preventing any repetition of the transgression. Simultaneously, the author refused to allow bitterness to further dictate their emotional state. Applications in life. When someone inflicts harm upon you, forgiveness is essential for your own emotional liberation. However, it is imperative to learn from the experience to prevent future occurrences of similar transgressions. The act of forgiveness should not be interpreted as condoning the behavior, but rather as a strategic maneuver to mitigate the negative impact on your well-being. In interpersonal relationships, if an individual consistently engages in harmful behavior, while forgiveness may be extended, maintaining a healthy distance is crucial for self-preservation. Continued exposure to such toxicity can be detrimental to your mental and emotional health. Prioritizing your well-being necessitates establishing and maintaining appropriate boundaries. In professional settings, should a colleague engage in unethical or malicious conduct, forgiveness, again, serves to prevent the perpetuation of negativity. However, this act of forgiveness should not be construed as a tacit acceptance of such behavior. Proactive measures must be implemented to prevent future exploitation or manipulation. This may involve documenting instances of misconduct and reporting them to the appropriate authorities, while simultaneously maintaining a professional demeanor. 2. Restrict their access. Limiting access to toxic individuals is crucial for self-preservation. Not everyone deserves a significant role in your life. Negative, toxic, or exploitative people will drain your energy, time, and mental well-being if you fail to manage your interactions with them. A common misconception is the belief that one must always be kind, even to those who cause harm. Many feel guilty about setting boundaries, fearing judgment as selfish or uncaring. They fail to recognize that excessive exposure to negativity significantly impacts mental health and energy levels. Restricting access is not selfishness, it is self-protection. The ramifications of unrestricted access to one's emotional availability are profound and detrimental. Individuals become unwitting receptacles for the negativity of others, perpetually burdened by unsolicited complaints and criticisms without reciprocal positivity or support. This often leads to entanglement in extraneous conflicts and problems, diverting energy and focus from personal well-being. Furthermore, unrestricted access fosters exploitation. Toxic individuals may selectively engage only when their needs are paramount, disappearing when reciprocal support is required. Such individuals skillfully manipulate others to achieve their self-serving objectives, leaving the emotionally accessible individual feeling used and undervalued. The consequent psychological impact is significant. Continuous exposure to negativity, criticism, and judgment results in emotional exhaustion, heightened stress levels, and diminished self-confidence. Precious time and energy are squandered on unhealthy relationships, hindering personal growth and the pursuit of fulfilling endeavors. The cultivation of healthy boundaries is therefore crucial for safeguarding emotional well-being and fostering positive, reciprocal relationships. Managing access restrictions. You needn't abruptly sever all contact. Instead, employ subtle yet effective strategies. Reduce interaction. If someone consistently drains your energy, limit your interactions. For example, if a friend frequently complains without seeking solutions, instead of lengthy conversations, offer brief responses or politely excuse yourself. Selective responses. Don't feel obligated to immediately respond to every message or call. For instance, if someone contacts you only when needing something, respond when convenient, or not at all if unnecessary. Establish clear boundaries. When someone persistently bothers you with negativity, assertively but tactfully set limits. For example, if a colleague gossips excessively, state, "I'm not comfortable discussing this. Let's focus on work." Alter your responses. Toxic individuals thrive on drama. By changing your reactions, you diminish their influence. For example, instead of consoling a constant complainer, ask, "What steps are you taking to address this?" This shifts responsibility to them. Maintain personal privacy. Not everyone needs intimate details of your life. Share personal information selectively. For example, if a relative is judgmental, instead of detailing future plans, offer a general response. "Everything is fine. Thank you for asking." Illustrative examples. A case study of a complaining friend. The author recounts a past tendency to readily assist and listen to others. However, they realized some individuals sought only emotional support without reciprocating consideration for their feelings. By establishing boundaries, responding concisely, delaying responses, and refusing to engage in incessant complaints, the author experienced relief and gained time for self-care. A case study of a drama-prone colleague. A colleague consistently involved others in negative narratives and workplace gossip. The author effectively disengaged by stating, "I'm not interested in this." This resulted in the cessation of unwanted interactions. Strategies for effective conflict avoidance. A proactive approach to interpersonal conflict involves employing assertive, yet diplomatic, techniques to manage potentially stressful situations. Instead of engaging in unproductive arguments, a subtle smile and a nod can effectively deflect attempts to draw you into unnecessary conflict. This non-confrontational approach avoids escalation while maintaining your composure. Furthermore, strategic silence serves as a powerful tool. Not every statement requires a response. Sometimes, a thoughtful pause communicates a stronger message than any verbal rebuttal. Finally, establishing soft boundaries is crucial. When faced with unwanted invitations or requests, politely decline by citing pre-existing commitments or alternative plans. This approach avoids direct confrontation while still asserting your personal boundaries and preferences. This method allows for the preservation of relationships while simultaneously protecting your time and energy. 3. Employ humor to neutralize them. Humor serves as an effective countermeasure against toxic individuals. Toxic people thrive on tension and provocation, aiming to incite conflict. Their goal is to elicit anger, loss of control, or a defensive posture. A negative reaction validates their attempts to manipulate your emotions. Conversely, employing humor mitigates the intensity of the situation, disengages them by defying their expectations, and maintains self-assurance without engaging in arguments or falling prey to their tactics. Neutralizing toxic individuals through humor, a strategic approach. Deflecting attacks. When faced with criticism or insults, a witty retort can effectively disarm and deter further negativity. Maintaining control. Instead of allowing emotional manipulation, control the interaction by employing a calm and cheerful demeanor. Emotional detachment. Transforming negative situations into humorous anecdotes not only neutralizes toxicity but also promotes personal well-being. Specific examples of utilizing humor to neutralize toxic individuals. Example 1. A criticizing colleague. Toxic individual. Your desk is a disaster. I don't understand how you manage to work. Humorous response. Yes, I'm currently experimenting with the Einsteinian creative methodology. It's been documented that his workspace was significantly more chaotic than this. Result. This response transforms the criticism into an amusing anecdote, eliminating the need for rebuttal or argument. The assertive implication is that the speaker's work methods, however unconventional in appearance, are demonstrably effective. Example 2. Someone making derogatory remarks about appearance. Toxic individual. You seem to have gained some weight lately. Humorous response. Oh, thank you for noticing. I'm currently on the happiness diet. Result. This deflects the negative comment with lightheartedness, preventing escalation while simultaneously asserting the speaker's self-acceptance and contentment. The implication is that the speaker's well-being is prioritized over conforming to external expectations of appearance. Example 3. Someone attempting to induce guilt. Toxic individual. You never call or text anymore. Must be too busy. Huh? Humorous response. Yes, I'm conducting a field study to determine the response time of law enforcement to a 3-day disappearance. Result. This maintains a light conversational tone while subtly asserting the speaker's autonomy and independence. The humorous response prevents the toxic individual from manipulating the speaker's emotions and underscores the absurdity of their attempt at guilt tripping. The assertive undertone communicates a clear boundary. The speaker will not be controlled or manipulated. Strategies for diffusing toxic individuals using humor. Maintain a gentle tone. Avoiding aggression. Humor should not be used as a tool for mockery or sarcasm. Provoking an aggressive response will likely escalate the situation. Choose the appropriate time. Humor is not always an effective strategy, particularly in serious situations or when interacting with highly volatile individuals. Combine humor with establishing boundaries. If attempts at humor prove ineffective, consider limiting contact or employing alternative strategies such as disengagement or withdrawal. Humor is a powerful tool for maintaining mental well-being. It reduces stress by triggering the release of endorphins, hormones that promote feelings of happiness and relaxation. Furthermore, the skillful use of humor demonstrates intelligence and confidence, fostering positive impressions. Finally, a resilient sense of humor enables one to deflect negativity and focus on priorities. 4. Knowing when to leave. Leaving a toxic relationship is crucial. Many remain trapped due to fear, hesitation, or a perceived sense of responsibility. However, staying in a harmful relationship is not perseverance, it is self-destruction. When someone consistently inflicts harm without change, you have the right to leave. Departing does not signify failure, but prioritization of your well-being. Knowing when to leave is not an act of avoidance, but a demonstration of intelligence and self-respect. Many individuals remain trapped in toxic relationships due to several key factors. Fear of losing a significant person, be it a friend, romantic partner, colleague, or family member, often prevents departure, fostering the misconception that severing ties equates to complete relationship loss. Emotional manipulation. Employing guilt-tripping tactics such as, leaving me would be abandoning me, or, refusal to help makes you a bad person, or offering insincere promises of change, further complicates the situation. Societal pressures also contribute, imposing a perceived responsibility to maintain relationships, particularly familial or romantic ones, leading to fears of being labeled as uncaring, cold, or abandoning others. Finally, the persistent hope for the other person's change represents a common psychological trap. The belief that increased patience and affection will induce positive change is ultimately fallacious. One cannot affect another's transformation without their willing participation. When should you walk away? The following are clear indicators that it's time to leave a detrimental relationship. Persistent emotional exhaustion. If interactions consistently leave you feeling drained, stressed, and despondent, this is a critical warning sign. A healthy relationship should provide comfort and support, not leave you feeling as though you're constantly walking a tightrope. The consistent depletion of your emotional reserves is unsustainable and indicative of a toxic dynamic. Disregard for boundaries. Have you clearly communicated your limits and discomfort? Yet the behavior persists? The consistent disregard for your emotional well-being is a significant indicator that the individual lacks respect for you and your needs. This pattern of behavior demonstrates a fundamental incompatibility and warrants immediate reassessment of the relationship. Exploitative dynamics. Does the relationship feel one-sided, with their needs consistently prioritized over yours? Do they only appear when seeking something from you, while offering little to no reciprocal support? A relationship characterized by unilateral giving and receiving is not a partnership, it's exploitation. Your well-being should not be sacrificed to sustain an imbalanced dynamic. Unwavering inertia despite intervention. Have you engaged in open communication, established clear boundaries, and provided ample opportunities for positive change? Yet the problematic behavior remains unchanged? Continuing to invest time and energy in a relationship resistant to improvement is futile. Do not waste your precious time waiting for transformation from someone unwilling to change. Erosion of self-identity. Are you compromising your values and authentic self to appease the other person? Have you suppressed your needs and desires to maintain the relationship, resulting in a loss of personal identity? A relationship that necessitates the suppression of your true self is inherently damaging and requires immediate disengagement. Your self-worth should never be contingent upon the approval of another. Leaving a detrimental relationship requires a strategic and assertive approach, prioritizing your well-being above all else. Firstly, understand that departing is an inherent right. You bear no obligation to remain in a situation that compromises your emotional or psychological health. No one possesses the authority to compel your endurance of a toxic dynamic. Secondly, a dramatic exit is unnecessary. While immediate severance may be warranted in dangerous circumstances, a gradual reduction in contact is often a more effective strategy. This allows for a controlled disentanglement, minimizing potential conflict and emotional upheaval. The process might involve progressively limiting interactions, reducing the frequency of communication, and ultimately allowing the relationship to naturally fade. Thirdly, avoid excessive justification. Individuals engaged in toxic behavior rarely accept rational explanations. A concise and firm statement, such as, "I believe it's time for us to pursue separate paths," often suffices. Engaging in protracted arguments, offering profuse apologies, or attempting to justify your decision is generally unproductive and may even escalate the situation. Fourthly, anticipate potential negative reactions. Anger, accusations, and attempts to manipulate you back into the relationship are common responses. Maintain unwavering resolve in your decision. Do not succumb to guilt or manipulation. Your well-being is paramount. Prepare for potential emotional fallout and establish a support system of trusted friends or family members to help navigate this challenging period. Finally, focus on personal growth and development. Channel your energy into cultivating positive and healthy relationships. Leaving a toxic relationship creates space for healthier connections and personal flourishing. This transition presents an opportunity for self-reflection, personal growth, and the pursuit of fulfilling relationships that nurture your well-being. Remember, prioritizing your own well-being is not selfish, it is essential for a healthy and fulfilling life. Illustrative examples. A case study of self-centered relationships. The author recounts a friendship characterized by a friend's self-absorbed behavior, dominating conversations and refusing support during the time of need, citing personal issues as justification. This unilateral relationship prompted the author's decisive departure. A case study of dysfunctional family dynamics. The video addresses individuals trapped in controlling, critical, and disrespectful family relationships. It emphatically asserts that familial ties do not necessitate enduring such toxicity. Individuals are empowered to sever ties or limit interaction to safeguard their well-being. 5. Surround yourself with positive individuals. Surrounding yourself with positive individuals is crucial. Your environment and the people around you significantly influence your emotions, thoughts, and actions. Spending considerable time with negative people increases the likelihood of succumbing to pessimism, fatigue, and demotivation. Conversely, associating with positive individuals fosters motivation, confidence, and self-improvement. Furthermore, it provides a buffer against negativity and manipulation from toxic people. The adage, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with," underscores this point. To achieve success, cultivate relationships with those who embrace growth mindsets and positive lifestyles. The consequences of surrounding yourself with negative people: absorption of negative thinking. Proximity to habitually complaining and negative individuals will gradually distort your perception of life, mirroring their bleak outlook. This can erode self-belief and undermine your confidence in achieving success. Diminished achievement. Constant exposure to criticism, envy, or obstruction will inevitably sap your motivation. Ambitious individuals associating with indolent and complacent peers will find their progress significantly hampered. Depletion of energy and joy. Individuals prone to complaining, jealousy, or negativity are profoundly draining. Interactions with such people leave you feeling depleted rather than energized. Who are positive people? Identifying suitable individuals requires understanding the characteristics of a truly positive person. Inspiring and encouraging individuals. They motivate you to pursue your goals. Offering support rather than criticism or obstruction. These individuals may be friends, colleagues, family members, or even people encountered within personal development communities. Attentive and supportive individuals. A positive person demonstrates genuine interest in your feelings and experiences. Actively listening without judgment. They prioritize understanding your perspective. Solution-oriented individuals. Rather than dwelling on complaints, they focus on finding solutions. They help you identify opportunities within challenges, reframing obstacles into possibilities. Successful individuals with defined goals. They consistently strive for self-improvement, continuously learning and enhancing their lives. Their presence inspires greater ambition and personal growth. How to surround yourself with positive people. Identify genuinely positive individuals in your life. Consider your current relationships. Who motivates and uplifts you? Who consistently drains your energy with negativity or judgment? Prioritize your time with the former. Proactively engage with inspiring individuals. Join communities or events that attract positive and successful people. For entrepreneurial pursuits, network with startup groups. For personal growth, enroll in mindset and soft skills courses. Gradually distance yourself from negative influences. Complete severance isn't always necessary. Gradually reduce contact. When negativity arises, redirect the conversation or limit your response. Cultivate a small, high-quality circle. Prioritize quality over quantity. Focus on a select group of individuals who offer genuine support and trust. Learn from inspiring figures. If positive connections are limited, seek inspiration through books and the achievements of successful individuals. Consume self-improvement videos and podcasts to enhance your mindset. 6. Do not engage in their games. Why do toxic individuals insist on involving you in their games? Toxic people manipulate, provoke, or create drama to control others. They thrive on your reaction because when you engage, you lose composure. Providing them with ammunition, you become entangled in a cycle of negativity, leading to emotional exhaustion. You are manipulated without realizing it, compelled to act according to their desires. The only victory against a toxic person is refusing to play by their rules. Toxic individuals employ manipulative tactics to exert control and undermine their victims. These games are often subtle yet damaging, designed to erode self-esteem and foster dependence. One common strategy is provocation, deliberately triggering anger or hurt feelings through insulting remarks or belittling comparisons, such as, "You're utterly incompetent," or "Others are far superior." The goal is to elicit a negative reaction, then use that reaction to justify their own behavior and shift blame. Another tactic involves guilt manipulation. Toxic individuals leverage feelings of obligation by phrasing requests in ways that imply a moral failing if refused. For example, "If you truly cared about me, you would help me with this." This creates a sense of responsibility, even when the request is unreasonable or unfair. The victim strategy is equally insidious. By portraying themselves as perpetually wronged and helpless, they elicit sympathy and compassion. Statements like, "Everyone treats me badly, only you can help me," exploit empathy to gain control. This manipulative tactic fosters a dynamic where the victim feels compelled to rescue the perpetrator. further entrenching the power imbalance. Drama creation is another hallmark of toxic behavior. This involves fabricating conflicts, exaggerating minor issues, or instigating pointless arguments. For instance, they might spread rumors and then feign innocence when confronted. The objective is to create chaos and consume the victim's time and energy, diverting attention from the manipulator's actions. Finally, responsibility deflection is a common method of avoiding accountability. When criticized, toxic individuals deflect blame onto others, claiming external pressures forced their behavior. A typical example is, "You made me act that way." This tactic shifts the focus from their own culpability, leaving the victim questioning their own actions and accepting unwarranted responsibility. Recognizing these manipulative tactics is crucial in protecting oneself from the damaging effects of toxic relationships. Effectively declining engagement with toxic individuals. Recognize the trap before engagement. Observe and identify their behavioral patterns. If someone consistently leaves you feeling guilty, angry, or drained, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, do I truly wish to continue this interaction? Refrain from emotional responses. Toxic individuals thrive on provoking anger or arguments. Remaining calm disrupts their strategy. For example, them, "You're always so selfish." You, "I hear your perspective, but I disagree." There's no need for justification, simply decline engagement. Maintain a neutral or silent response if provoked. Offer a brief, neutral response or remain silent. For example, them, "You're utterly useless." You, "That's an interesting observation." Then, discontinue the conversation. Lack of desired reaction will discourage further attempts. Respond politely yet firmly. Avoid arguments. Establish clear boundaries. For example, them, "You must help me with this." You, "I'm unable to assist you on this occasion." Excessive explanation is unnecessary. Disengage from the conversation if necessary. If the interaction proves unproductive, disengage rather than attempting to prove a point. For example, them, "You're always wrong." You, "I'm unwilling to continue this discussion." Then, leave the situation. Illustrative examples. A case study of provocation. The author recounts experiences with a family member who persistently sought to provoke them through offensive remarks. Initially, the author attempted to engage in reasoned debate, but this only escalated tensions. Ultimately, the author adopted a strategy of non-reaction, responding only with a smile. The result? The provocateur's attempt ceased. A case study of a drama-prone colleague. A colleague exhibited a pattern of creating workplace conflict by spreading rumors and sowing discord among coworkers. The author recognized this behavior and consciously chose not to engage in gossip or participate in the manufactured drama. Upon realizing a lack of audience, the colleague abandoned these manipulative tactics. 7. Maintain unwavering focus on your objectives. Focusing on your goals is a powerful defense against toxic individuals. Toxic people thrive on derailing others. They create distractions through drama, negativity, and emotional manipulation, consuming your time and energy. By concentrating on your objectives, you will avoid engagement in unproductive conflicts, readily identify those hindering your progress, dedicate your energy to self-improvement, rather than wasting it on undeserving individuals. Those building their future have no time for petty squabbles. The consequences of failing to focus on your goals: you become susceptible to drama and negativity. Without clear objectives, you are easily drawn into unproductive conversations. You may waste hours arguing, gossiping, or engaging with individuals who offer no value. You squander time and energy. Every moment spent heeding criticism or engaging in petty disputes diminishes the time available for self-improvement. Successful individuals never allow such distractions to impede their progress. You forfeit opportunities. Excessive preoccupation with trivial matters prevents you from learning, growing, and achieving larger goals. Time is a precious resource. Do not squander it on those who do not contribute to your advancement. How to maintain focus amidst toxic individuals. Define your objectives clearly. Articulate your life goals. Ask yourself, without these people's influence, how can I progress further? Clear objectives minimize distractions. Develop a concrete plan. A well-defined plan keeps you engaged in essential tasks. For example, if entrepreneurship is your goal, prioritize learning, experimentation, and skill enhancement instead of wasting time with negativity. Distance yourself from distracting individuals. Toxic people breed self-doubt and demotivation. Limit contact with those who consistently offer discouragement. You can't do it. Success is too difficult. Give up. You're wasting your time. Prioritizing supportive relationships. Learn to say no. Decline participation in unproductive arguments or activities. Employ phrases such as, "I'm busy. I need to complete this task first." Or, "Thank you, but I have other plans." Each no to triviality is a yes to your success. Control your information intake. Limit exposure to negative news and unproductive social media. Prioritize learning from successful individuals and self-improvement activities. Cultivate growth-oriented habits. Establish daily routines that advance your goals. Examples include daily learning, consistent goal-oriented actions, and cultivating relationships with like-minded individuals. The narrative details an individual whose ambitions were initially stifled by a peer group characterized by hedonism and a lack of foresight. Initially influenced by this negative environment, he subsequently recognized the detrimental impact and decisively distanced himself, prioritizing his professional endeavors. This strategic shift resulted in significant career success, effectively neutralizing the previously pervasive negativity. A parallel account illustrates an aspiring stockbroker who, despite ridicule from peers dismissing his pursuit as mere gambling, resolutely focused on education, research, and practical application. Years later, he achieved substantial financial success, contrasting sharply with the stagnation of his detractors. The overarching lesson emphasizes the paramount importance of unwavering focus on one's objectives. Demonstrable results will inevitably follow. 8. Refrain from speaking negatively about them. Why do we feel compelled to speak ill of toxic individuals? When subjected to mistreatment, the natural inclination is to vent, complain, or recount the experience to others. While this may offer temporary relief, it ultimately proves unproductive. Gossiping about toxic people does not resolve the issue but instead perpetuates a cycle of negativity. While such discourse may provide fleeting catharsis, it ultimately traps the individual within the very negativity they seek to escape. The consequences of speaking ill of toxic individuals: you perpetuate their influence. Speaking negatively about them keeps them in your thoughts, allowing them to continue controlling your mind and emotions. The goal is to escape their influence, not to allow them to persistently occupy your mental space. You become entangled in a negative cycle. Negative commentary fixates you on the past and resentment, hindering your progress and personal growth. The more you speak of them, the more negativity you experience, depleting your positive energy. You risk losing respect. Others may perceive you as gossipy, petty, or negative. This can damage your reputation, particularly in professional settings and social circles. You may be portrayed negatively. If the toxic individual learns of your criticism, they may distort the narrative to cast you in a negative light, portraying you as resentful and backbiting. Instead of engaging in negative speech, remain silent and let your actions speak for themselves. How to control yourself when you want to speak ill of others. Self-inquiry. Will saying this improve my well-being in the long run? Recognizing that speaking ill only provides temporary relief without long-term benefits facilitates self-restraint. Redirect emotions towards positive actions. Instead of dwelling on and speaking negatively about others, focus on self-improvement. For example, if they have caused you harm, concentrate on building better relationships. If they have deprived you of opportunities, create new ones for yourself. Proverb: the best revenge is success and happiness. If venting is necessary, seek constructive alternatives. Journaling. Write down your feelings, but do not share them with others. Exercise or meditation. These activities help release negative emotions without resorting to gossip. Confide in a trusted individual, if sharing is essential. Confide in someone you trust and know will maintain confidentiality. Allow karma to prevail. Harmful individuals will eventually face consequences for their actions. You need not inflict punishment by speaking ill of them. Their actions will ultimately reveal their true nature to others. Proverb: let time and karma take their course, do not concern yourself. Focus your attention on higher priorities. Prioritize your work, family, passions, or personal growth. Time is limited. Do not waste it on those who do not deserve it. A colleague's malicious gossip and sabotage prompted an initial desire for retaliation. However, a strategic decision was made to focus on professional excellence. Subsequently, merit-based promotion rewarded superior performance, while the colleague's disruptive behavior ultimately led to exposure and negative consequences. The outcome underscores the power of action over words. Success serves as the most effective response. Similarly, a betrayal by a close friend initially elicited anger. Instead of engaging in reciprocal negativity, the individual chose to disengage from the toxic relationship. The subsequent loss of reputation suffered by the friend, contrasted with the development of a healthier social circle, reinforces the principle of responding to adversity not with retaliatory words, but with demonstrably superior conduct. Remember, you cannot control the actions of others, but you can absolutely control your response. Implementing these strategies will render you immune to manipulation by toxic individuals. Your peace of mind remains firmly within your grasp. What types of toxic people have you encountered? Share your experiences in the comments. I welcome your input and look forward to a productive discussion. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and enable notifications to stay updated on future content. Protect your energy, focus on positivity, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.